Hello, my true crime lovelies. How are you? I've missed you. I've been taking care of myself. I hope you have too, and I hope you are as lovely in life as you are in my mind. Well, it seems the Delapines have become the gift that keeps on giving. Shout out to Summa Cum Loudmouth, who shared these docs that she got from the annex about Sarah's detailed visitation applications. Now, I had requested them, but they didn't come in my last batch. But I did get the note of where Peter had been denied and then he had been approved. I think there's a video that says Peter Guntho got approved to visit Sarah. So we'll start there. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you don't know who the Delapines are, quick recap. So Peter Guntho and Julian Delepine are the duo of Delepine Creatives, and they reached out to Sarah late last year about creating a documentary about her. And so they have been in touch. They've been helping her with her legal paperwork on the family court side. They've sent money to her. They've offered her free attorneys. And there hasn't been many updates on how the documentary is going. So let's jump into it. I'm going to start off, and just in case you didn't see the other one, we'll start off with the denial document. Oh, wait, first I got to do the intro. I'm a little rusty. Let's do the intro. Thank the members, and then we'll get into the gift that keeps on giving, Peter Guntho and Julian Delepine and their criminal history. Ooh, that seemed extra loud. I did turn it down, but yikes. Okay. Can you guys see that? My other monitor. Let me just make it a little bit larger. This paper is landscape, so it's hard to make large. But we'll get into portrait right after this. But basically you can see this. So on April 21st, they being Lowell Annex sent Sarah noticed that Peter had his visitation privileges denied. Reason, fraudulent info application. Now, I remember sharing this with Miss Lana Albert, and she was like, his name is spelled wrong. Girl, they didn't say it was a typo. That's why he was denied. They said his application was fraudulent. This is just a typo. So we're going to actually get into
what was fraudulent.
So here is the request for visitation privileges, the application. There we go. For Sarah Boone, friend, Peter Guntho. So it's spelled correctly here. It was just a typo on the other. Middle name, John. Date of birth, 8/12/77. So he's born the same year that Sarah is born, 48. Caucasian male in New York, and this highlighted bit. So first, let's just go through the application because this is our first time seeing it. Have you ever worked for the Florida Department of Corrections? No. Background. Have you ever been arrested or received a criminal citation or a notice to appear in court to respond to criminal charges? And he put no. And you see this yellow highlighter here. Well, in our last Delepine deep dive, we saw what we suspected was Peter arrested for a DWI. So
if it's the same Peter, why did he put no?
Did you ever help this inmate commit a crime? No. Were you ever in prison? No. Are you currently on probation? No. Oh, wait, I meant to go up here too, because he put for his place of employment, he left it blank, which I thought was odd, interesting, because we also have Julian's visitation application, and he has a different odd, interesting response. or just, yeah, I was going to say this is really a non-response, and that was sent on 2/15/25, so 2 days after George's birthday. Although it's stamped 2/14, so make of that what you will. Then here's the screening matrix that they go through. So this seems to be what the prison does, like as part of the approval process. So status of the inmate, maximum number 15 approved visitors, 12 and over exceeded, no, not a victim or not warranted. So this all seems pretty standard. Then it goes run criminal history in section 7. And it says answered no to number 10. And they write DWI, New York, 9/9/2018. So if criminal history is okay, continue process, it's not okay. And that is why he got his denial. So 4/21/25. And that was the date we saw that he was denied visitation. However, 6/2, shrink it again because this is landscape, he was approved. So apparently he since submitted a proper application. Suma didn't have that in her file, but I'm going to ask for that one in my next public record request. I have one pending now, so I should have it by next week. I think I did it almost 30 days ago, but they just sent the invoice today. So that means they're really working on it. Okay, so then we go into Julian Delepine, co-partner of Delepine Creative. Also listed as a friend, Julian Jason Delepine, also born in 1977. He's 48, Caucasian male, living in Connecticut. So he has self-employed, but it says place of employment.
What's the name of your business, sir? Just self-employed? That's what we're going with? Interesting. Interesting choice.
So he answers honestly, have you ever been arrested or received a criminal citation? Yes. Did you ever help this inmate commit a crime? No. Were you ever in prison? Yes. Julian was in prison. Dates and location of each imprisonment: 11/8/2018. Wyatt Detention Facility. So I looked this up. It's in Rhode Island, although he lives in Connecticut. What were you convicted of for each imprisonment? Misdemeanor possession. I didn't realize they put you in prison for misdemeanors, because prison is a year or more, right? Or 13 months, I think is what it is. It might be a year or more, because I think just a year is jail. Or maybe it's just 11 months, but you know what I mean. Misdemeanor possession. So I don't think this is the one that we saw before, because the other one was a federal. I did look up Wyatt Detention Facility. Like I said, that's how I know it's in Rhode Island. It's run by a corporation. It's one of those profitable prisons, if you will. Are you currently on probation, parole? No. If probation, parole has been terminated, indicate date of termination 9/15/21. So I don't know, maybe he got out in 19 and then was on parole until 21. Seems like he successfully completed it because it's no longer there. Where did you meet this inmate? Other, not pen pal? Really? Just other. I do believe you sent her a note. And his application was on George's birthday, 2/13/2025, also dated Feb 14. I don't know why. Maybe they mail them in together. And then it just goes through all of these, run criminal history. So there's 2 in here. That one's not dated or signed. This is the second one. So this one has all the check boxes for running the criminal history, and they put okay. He didn't lie, right? and it wasn't approved until 5/6/25. So I wonder if this was a previous one. I'm not sure because he submitted it in February and Peter got his answer in April. So why would it take until May? Maybe that's how long it took to get the background check done. I'm not sure. Let me know your thoughts. And then her brothers, I just put this in here so we could see a quote unquote normal one. He was born in 79, in March of 79. So he's actually not even 18 months younger than Sarah because she's October of 77, right? So then October of 78 would be the 12 months, technically 13. Then 4 more. So just shy of 18 months. He's like 16, 17 months younger. I don't know what this is for place of employment, but you guys were right. So he's no longer in the Marines, likely a contractor. If you guys can make that out, I don't know. Gorola Federal. I Googled it. It didn't come up with anything. I think I'm misspelling this. But he's never been in prison. He's squeaky clean. All that is NA, and he's family. And he sent his in February 25th. Now, you see, he dated his February 25th. It's stamped February 26th. So I don't know what's up with those other ones. Brother and no criminal history in FCIC or NCIC. And March 26th. So that was what, a month later? A month after they did? Yeah. So yeah, I thought that was very interesting again. So, and his visitation privileges were approved on 3/26, the same day they signed that. So what do you guys think? Are we surprised? I think I'm a little surprised that Julian was in prison. Looks like Peter was I guess he was arrested, so he was in jail, but it only asked about prison information. So what do y'all think? Interesting, right? Mm, mm, mm. I wonder when they're going to go see her. There was also one for the LaFontaines who had the puppies. They're like a cute old couple. We don't need to dig into I don't think they're up to any nefarious things. And they took in the animals. I'm sure they gave those animals, what was it, Tessa? I can't remember their names, but I'm sure they gave them a nice end of life, quiet, peaceful way out, do dogs have endless heaven buffets? Let's imagine that they do. But yeah, sound off in the comments. I'm curious as to what y'all think about this. Are you surprised? A lot of you guys already said that you thought they had criminal tendencies. Well, apparently. So I will talk to you later. Toodles.